I only just now realized the title of this fucking collection right here. My rage to seduce you with whatever's wrong with me. Oh, that's good. That's good. With no evidence because BPD. Yeah, yeah. That's definitely what happened. Oof. But the plot twist is I can't regulate or manage any of it. I hate those days. I genuinely hate the days where I'm stuck like that. Not my problem. It's okay, we stay a little bit silly. I mean, I technically kind of want to kill another self, but fucking. Eh. My frustration comes from a place of care, not from a place of hate. No. 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 How hard. How hard. Need to lay your head on my lap or anything? Oh my goodness. Oh. Right. Standing directly in the doorway to achieve peak mental health. We don't sit with that feeling right now. Please stay in your lane, for fuck's sake, mental health, mental disorder. Yeah, I'm worried about that with the other person, but nothing I can do there. Well, that's unfortunate. Yep, no, that's. I just wish I had been able to be that space. Instead, I'm trying to save my own ass and do things right at the same time. They got hurt. High functioning I may be, but fucking that does not mean I am without my issues. I really hope that isn't the other person, because holy shit, girl. You need a hug. Unfortunately, you're also dismissive avoidant, so at least that's my last interaction. Not it. I'm glad I'm at least not stuck with this completely. Meditation and mindfulness from an early age and the ability to distract myself in new and interesting ways has been at least a semi-functional coping mechanism for tolerating my own company. Trying to pretend that I'm a person and not just three mental illnesses in a trench coat. Oh joy. Seething with justified rage. Yeah, I wish I could give you a hug. Yep, yep. Yes, do you see the vision? Ragatha, is that you? Uh, yeah, no, that does remind me of the dense stork. She's trying her best. I'll add it to Kamara's folder as a reference point. I'm not a big fan of Hello Kitty, but it's fair enough. 2026-04, save. Enemies to lovers by Swift your goddamn brain. I'm sorry, but that's just funny. That's called your inner child. Learn knife defense techniques for the psychological world. Disarm the child, and then pick them up by their clothes and tolerate them until they finally calm the fuck down. If they don't take that as loving kindness, you are allowed to take time and rest to yourself. Oh, I hate that I can relate to that. People do still love me, and I am still here. So, with my life, I got born into a life where my ADHD and autism got diagnosed early, so yay on that. There weren't really good coping strategies or otherwise around at the time, though my mom did do her best. I didn't realize I was trans until the anxiety and depression started kicking in, but hey, that's just its own thing. That took until I was like out of high school to really start exploring around. And it is only in recent years that I've discovered, hey, oh, hey, I might have BPD. Really? BPD, ADHD, and BPD are a terrifying combination. Uh, yeah, never fun, but oh, so that's what's happening. Well, that explains a lot. Uh, if it knew how to do that, it would. It currently doesn't, so give yourself some patience and it some help. Yeah, I've at least got contingency plans, though. Oh, I am proud of being a crazy bitch, but that doesn't mean I'm going to let myself go fucking batshit insane when there are people who care about me and love me in my life. Yeah, that is delusion right there. Well, that's the reason why you expand your sense of self to cover both souls and allow and unpack each of those souls into all the different traits and perspectives you understand. So that way each has space to regulate itself within and time in the day to be active. There will be some situations where one part of you is more functional and useful, and then there's going to be other situations where none of you is functional and useful. And regardless of what you're capable of, you still gotta be there for yourself. It's utter emotional hell that it's worth struggling against as opposed to giving into. That is dangerous. uh, yeah, each of us holds a symptom. Our self righteousness is with Flicker and a little bit of me. I'm more on the ADHD side, Ira is more on the autistic side, anxious, insecure, and BPD traits are somewhat with Trace, but she's grown pretty well as a person. And then everything else we don't know where to put, we just dump on Bile. And then we keep track of where Bile is because that bitch is going to cause trouble and I know it. Still care about them, still know they're worth it keeping around and giving a hug. Holy fuck, I cannot wait for the day in which we can fully unpack everything that is stored there and regulate it properly. Ah. You hated everyone and you thought you were a bad person for doing so, but now you're just recognizing, okay, maybe I have damn good reasons to hate everyone, even if they still don't deserve to have that hatred inflicted upon them. Oh, that's going into Kamara's folder. That's going into Kamara's folder. Yeah. Yeah, I understand you prefer silence and calmness, but I'm going to be real. Oh, you're forcing the trauma. The autistic side of the trauma, and a little bit of the ADHD side, but not so much of the BPD side, thankfully. Don't hate yourself over it, you couldn't have known. Oh, if you want to be mean to yourself, then fucking expect better of yourself, but in a way that gives you room to breathe and leaves you facing the struggle instead of beating yourself up to have the comfort of at least I'm miserable and there's nothing I can do about it. I have done that like 3 times in my life. Walked from my dad's house to my mom's house once, from a bus stop all the way down to my dad's house once. It was several miles. My mom's done like longer more frequent trips. Oh, I have walked from home all the way down to the local library. Bruh. Yeah, no, I'm greedy. I'm explicitly greedy for a reason. If I know I'm going to be a mess and I know I'm not going to just be happy with it having a single partner and having them be that source of interest and mischief in my life, then yeah, no, I'd rather just acknowledge that, hey, I can't be mono. I can't do it, and I don't want to hurt others by pretending. Of course, that has come with the caveat of, okay, so I need to accept that there will be times where I feel jealous, and instead of shaming myself over feeling jealous, I'll want to give myself room to sit with it, process it, and recognize that my worth does not depend on the other person liking me. As you can probably tell and imagine if you've been sifting through this archive, that angle of understanding had to be rebuilt from the ground up due to just how deeply I got attached to that fucking dense dork. It has taken me 4 years just to have this much progress. I don't want to have to deal with falling that hard in love with someone ever again. Even if I worked past the delusion and fought for the reality. I don't want to put myself through that pain again. Really don't. I ended up hurt because of my own mistakes, unresolved trauma, and pride. And also because the other person didn't fucking believe me, but hey, I had kind of been nurturing that, unfortunately. Because if someone, I don't want someone idealizing me blindly. Because that's how people get hurt even more so. Is they take someone or something, idealize and worship it as sacred, and then fail to actually be there as a person because their idealization and the object of worship needs comfort and care that can only ever be given to a person, a living, breathing, sometimes flawed person. Don't know where my future's headed, but figure it out one step at a time. Well, if nothing else, sorry for treating you like that. It was survival and defense mechanism. That's no excuse, and it's only an acknowledgement. Wish you hope you have a good life, you dork. The intrusive thoughts are not worth focusing on, because they are not the thoughts I choose. Fuck off. Hun, I'm the kind of crazy that would look at your lifelong mental issues and go, well, at least we're both struggling together, so that makes you an 11. Ah, I'm glad I have at least some sense of emotional permanence. Not much, but it's better than none. Motherfucker. Yep. Yep. Yeah. And simultaneously, I'm tired of this grandpa and where? Well, that's too damn bad, Sonny. Mm. Yeah. If it weren't for the depth of attachment I feel for that dense stork, I'd be able to be their friend. But as it stands, the depth of the attachment causes me to spiral and self-destruct. Because there's no, and because they A, just don't want to deal with it, and B, nowhere near prepared to deal with it. And I kind of C, push them away forcefully so as to make sure they would at least have space to themselves instead of taking slash damage from every little struggle of mine. Yeah, no, that's still true. We give people the care we wish someone would have given us. I wish I wish I had been in a place to find words that wouldn't have hurt them, that wouldn't have set them off. Yeah. Yeah, that's what happens when you leave people to fictionalize and overgeneralize things that genuinely aren't good to focus, to get wrong. Wait, what? Dubbed version of the comic, and there's the extra. Alright, I think that's about enough of this scrolling and wandering. See ya.